Um, how do you
Also,
feel about potentially having to do the hot chip challenge?
I'm honestly fucking terrified. I've had so many people reach out to me and be like, "This fucking sucks. Like, you're gonna literally cry." And so, I'm really
I'll
nervous.
be honest, I've always wanted to do it, so I might do it with you if we do it.
I can order it on Amazon or I can get it at Walmart, but I'm not worried because I'm not gonna lose. Like, I am very confident. I have all my final four still in. Like, okay, yeah, yesterday didn't go great for me, but I remain very positive. I'm very like all about the good energy. I'm only two teams out of my Sweet 16, so like we're okay there. So, I'm just going in with great vibes and manifesting that I don't have to do it. But if I do have to do it, it'll probably be one of the funniest fucking things you see because I don't eat spicy stuff. I don't eat Indian food. Like my spice level is zero.
I think that we should just go into the show right here. I'm not even going to intro it.
Yeah, we can
What's
just do
up?
that. I
That
kind of
was
do that regardless.
Yeah, I don't even, that was just more than I was expecting and it was super good. So hi, welcome to Saturdays and Seltzers.
Hi.
My name's Kendra Middleton, Hailey, Tyler. Hello, how's everyone doing? I have to
Hi,
pull up my
friends.
notes now just because that was such an epic rant. Yeah, we'll get more into our bracket stuff later, or we can do it now. What do you guys think?
We can
I
do it
don't
now.
know.
What
Yeah,
thoughts
we'll
do you
do
all
it
have?
now. We'll wait for the HLH
We'll
for a
do it
sec.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tyler and I were just tallying up what's going on with our bracket situation. Hailey, after day one, is currently in last place by a game. Tyler is in second, and I am in first place. Yesterday was a little bit of a tough day for, I think, most people who have a bracket. A lot of crazy stuff. UVA obviously fell to Furman. We can start there. That was kind of, I think, everyone's oh shit moment. What do you guys think? Thoughts?
Yeah, just absolutely unbelievable day of basketball. I think 0.0026% of all brackets are still remaining perfect, which equals out to about 700. So shout out to those people. That's incredible. I don't know. It was just a crazy day. It was wild. The last minute of the Furman game was just like storybook March Madness. To see Furman like come off the court like what just happened was kind of crazy. Like I had UVA going to the Elite Eight, I think. So even though it kind of screwed me in the bracket department, I thought I kind of like when that happens. Like when the high seeds get to move forward, like that's always fun. So it was
for
cool.
sure.
And Duke won, so everybody can, it was a
Well,
good day.
so Tyler is currently the only person without a perfect Final Four here because of Arizona, which was kind of the other huge storyline of the day. I was writing Arizona pretty heavy in a lot of my brackets. I liked them a lot, but I'm kind of glad that they lost for a reason that we'll get into later. But Tyler, you had them in your Final Four.
Yes.
What's your reaction to them going down yesterday?
My reaction to them going down is that my Alabama getting eliminated because of karma is absolutely out the window now.
Yeah.
Because they have such a cakewalk going to the Final Four now.
Which is so gross.
Both of those losses, UVA and Arizona, from their side of the bracket. It's very unfortunate. Virginia, though, exactly who I thought they were. I should have trusted myself enough to actually bet on Furman. But I called it on Tuesday. Virginia's overrated. And there we go.
I would like to shout out Kendra for absolutely decimating the South region. She got like a good chunk of these games right. I butchered the South region. I got a lot of these wrong. I got Maryland, West Virginia wrong. I picked Charleston over San Diego. Obviously, I picked Virginia, and then I really screwed myself and picked Arizona and Utah State. So the whole South was a fail for me. But congratulations, Kendra, on absolutely nailing the Southern region.
So Tyler and I were talking about this before you got on. When I was 17, was one game away from having a perfect bracket, but I was 17, so I couldn't have even won the money, even if I wanted to. I was tied for first for ESPN's #1 bracket. So it's just like one pointless skill that I have. I feel like I've always been pretty decent at this. But that being said, like it's March Madness. It could take a turn at any second. I could be fucked. I could lose every single game today. That being said, as we're recording this, it's Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. USC is currently tied with Michigan 34-34 at the half. Kennesaw State's playing Xavier, and it's 23-23, all tied up with 10 left in the first. It is anyone's freaking day today. Like, looking at those scores and pulling those up right now, it's madness for a reason. You know, it could happen at any moment. So I'm still worried. Not that I'm like, I mean, mayonnaise coffee, I'm definitely going to vomit. Like, I have to, right?
You think?
There's no way it's good.
I don't know.
Guys,
I think
respectfully, I am shitting myself about mine. I am literally so nervous that I'm gonna have to do this. It's like not even funny. I was seriously thinking yesterday, and I'm like I'm outing myself here so that you guys can hold me accountable. I was like, well, let me think. I can order it online and then maybe put like a Dorito in the case so that it looks like I'm eating it, and then like pretend.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I'm like so deep into how I can get around this.
So you said this, and now I feel like we're gonna have to like send guards to enforce it.
Yeah, for sure. We can like cross-check
Nancy, I have Nancy's phone number.
Yeah.
Yes, my mom we'll have my mom referee my hot chip challenge. But I have to say, like, this, like, Tyler and Kendra know the last week I haven't been feeling great. I just haven't been myself. Yesterday and today, I am just in the best mood. Like, my serotonin levels are so high. College basketball is here. Like, March Madness is really here. I'm just like, I couldn't be happier. I love it. Even if I have to eat a super hot chip, like, I'm not even that mad about it because it's just like, it's so much fun as I kick everything in my office.
So much fun. Yeah, so that's what's going on with March Madness for us. I feel like everything's getting a little redundant until the end, even though we're probably going to be one of the first people to hop on a lot of this stuff just because of when we're recording naturally. But that being said, we're going to circle back to our HLH, which, if you are new here, is our high of the last week, low of the last week, and our hero of the last week, which is something unexpectedly good that happened. Tyler, you've waited 3 days to talk about this, so I'm going to start with you for your high.
I have waited 3 days. If you follow me and you know me, you know I've been on the Tony Pollard train for years. Not just last year. He had a great year last year. It was kind of his coming out party as like Cowboys, like really good running back. I've been on him since Memphis, I think. And it was announced a few days ago that Ezekiel Elliott was being cut. Tony Pollard did sign a franchise tag, which Cowboys are cowards for doing that. Pay him, I think, in my opinion. Give him all the money in the world. The one running back I am an advocate for paying is Tony Pollard.
We're big Tony Pollard people. I feel like we were all last season on Tony Pollard over Zeke Elliott, and it just looked
significantly better when he was on the field than when Ezekiel Elliott was on the field.
Because
Ezekiel, he would just run up the middle right into some contact and try to knock him over, and it would rarely work. Pollard, I feel, is a little bit shiftier. He gets around more.
I just hate Ohio
State. It just
State.
Works for him.
Hailey, what's up?
That too.
I was going to ask, do you think that it was one of those situations, because I know Tyler and I talked about this offline a couple of days ago, just Zeke in the last couple seasons. I know when, like, obviously a couple of years ago, he was like really hot. So do you think it's like a matter of, did he seem like he was doing less because he wasn't as good? Or do you think that Tony Pollard is just a better player?
I think that...
Like, is Zeke slowing down, or is Tony Pollard already above?
No, I just think that Zeke is aging, you know, like he's had some injuries.
That's how I feel.
I don't think he's bounced back.
My bias aside, I think that's the case.
Yeah, I don't think he bounced back like he expected to, or like people expected him to. I think that he was obviously a great running back. Do I think that he deserved the contract he got? No. Am I surprised he got it? Also, no. I think I said on this show that I just think Jerry Jones wants to be able to brag about having large contracts for people. It's very obvious over the last few weeks that I've said that I'm not very pro paying running backs unless, you know, whatever. Christian McCaffrey, fine, whoever. I get it. You have to pay some of them. And at the time, Zeke Elliott seemed like he was going to be one of those people, but I don't shame them for this move at all. I think that this is the right move. Tony Pollard is kind of your guy. He's going to be way cheaper for you. Sorry, Zeke, like, I wouldn't sign him a huge contract anywhere. And I know that he's probably expecting to get one, but I just don't think he should. And I'm sorry for that.
No, and I feel the exact same way. And it's almost like with some of these players, when you've seen what they can produce at the best of their ability, and then when they're not producing at that level, it's kind of like it makes them seem almost like you said, like why are they getting these contracts that maybe they shouldn't get? I don't know. That was just my thought on it.
I don't know. I think Zeke deserved the contract that he got at the time because I think that he was expected to produce and he had some injuries. Injuries suck. Not everybody recovers the same way. I don't think it's anything other than that.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, perfect. Hailey, your high.
Yeah, my high was that I won the Oscars pick'em that Tyler and I did. We talked about this on Tuesday, but I wanted to bring it up again because March Madness does not look like it's going in my favor, so I'm going to ride this dub for as long as I can. And yeah, picked 16 categories correct.
Nobody was perfect, but Hailey was one away from perfect, so that's pretty impressive.
Not too shabby. But yeah, that was probably my high of the week. Kendra, my high also is backpedaling off of the second half of your high. We can talk about it.
We can talk about that first. One of my highs, I have two, was my birthday party was not to brag. Like truly, it just not to brag because whatever. I have good friends. I had so much fucking fun. It was so much fun. We went to Encore Casino, went to dinner. I put $40 in a slot machine, lost all my money. Hailey won money. Off of the sad cat machine. By the way, we found a sad cat machine. It took all my money. Hailey won money, went to dinner, and then we wound up getting into VIP at Memoir with 14 people. And it was just super fun. Not to be like that bitch that like is like my friends are so much fun, but my friends are so much fucking fun. There was no drama. And then we came home and Marita and I just stared at each other until 6 a.m. and listened to Hailey grind her teeth.
Yes, this is a new thing. I didn't know that I do this, but apparently I grind my teeth when I sleep. So if anyone has any advice on that situation, let me know. Your birthday was so much fun. I had a complete blast. All of our friends were just so awesome. And it was one of those nights where you went out, and I'm 23, so coming out of the pandemic and college and everything, just haven't really had a lot of time and opportunity to like go out with my adult friends and like go out to bars and clubs and things like that with like a larger group of people like that. And we just came home and we were like, nobody fought, nobody cried. Like for me, it was just like, wow, we went out and had a really fun adult time. And like, there was no bullshit and it was so much fun. So I had a blast. No complaints from me.
So much fun. And then my other high, and I am sure you guys, just for all the bullshit, can agree. We can talk about the Aaron Rodgers stuff because it has been an absolute high for me this week. Originally, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and I think that this is very clear if you follow me on Twitter, but I was very annoyed by all of this bullshit. Like, I was just like, get it done. Who gives a shit? Like, whatever. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. And unfortunately, I do owe him a bit of an apology. Not that he will ever hear this, just because I don't know how much of the truth he was telling on the Pat McAfee show. It's very easy that he could be the victim, whatever. But big media kind of got wrecked by Aaron Rodgers. He went on and said that, I mean, I'm sure you've seen it by now, the Shefty lose my number, nice try tweet, the Diana Rossini tweet that was like, these are requests from Aaron Rodgers. And he was like, I never had any demands. I never had any requests. And it's like, how much of that was accurate reporting and how much of it was shit stirring? It goes to show that like even big media fucks up. And it's like, I swear to God, if you're small on Twitter or something like that and you fuck up, people eat you alive. But it just goes to show that everyone quite literally fucks up. The Shefty shit had me dying. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't going to tune in to the Pat McAfee show. And then 10 minutes after 1 o'clock, I was like, all right, it's fucking killing me. So I did it. I'm going to be honest. But this whole fucking thing was just so funny to me. So funny. And all the memes and shit to come out of it. Do you guys have any other thoughts? Like, am I the only one that thinks that this is like fucking so entertaining?
No, it was great.
It was incredible.
Loved every second of it.
It's like, and I hated it before the Pat McAfee show. And now that all of this shit has gone on, it's like, yeah, like I said, do I think Aaron Rodgers could absolutely be embellishing and playing the victim a bit? Yeah. But I think that this is as gray area. Everyone is as shady as you think they are, because obviously Aaron Rodgers has kind of this legacy of being a bit of a diva, difficult to work with, whatever. And then you go in and you have the Shefty and Rossini and whoever else tweets. But then you also have to kind of think about the fact that if you're the Jets and the Packers, the reason you can't meet somewhere is because the Packers don't want Aaron Rodgers and the Jets do. Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to play for the Packers and he wants to play for the Jets. That being said, the Packers do hold Aaron Rodgers' contract, and that holds some leverage. Is he at the end of his career? Yeah. Is he the best quarterback in the NFL anymore? No. That being said, he's still great. He still has experience. He's still a leader. He's a guy people want to play with. Yeah, is he weird? Sure. But that's a very valuable thing to have. And it seems as though those two sides can't really meet somewhere because they don't agree on the value, because Aaron Rodgers to the Jets doesn't want to be there and they don't want him. So why won't you give him to us? But the Packers know that they have something valuable. So do I think that they're going to wait for the summer? Probably. But where do you guys stand on that? Do you guys think that someone's more in the wrong than the other? I just think that everyone's wrong here.
Yeah, I think the whole situation was just handled really odd in the sense that, like, he was taking this time. He was going on his, what did you call it? Darkness DMT.
Darkness
DMT challenge. So, like, when he was doing that whole thing and he was like making up his mind, and I understand, like, these are people at the end of the day. They're athletes. They're, incredible at what they do. They're huge in the media, but they're people. So I was kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, you need to figure out what you need to do. You do you on your journey. And then it was kind of just like, still, we're not hearing from him. He's coming out of his DMT darkness adventure. We still don't really know what's going on. And then we find out from the Diana Rossini tweet, which I just want to say, like, R.I.P. Diana Rossini, because she was just absolutely decimated in the media this week. And the thing is it really started out a good week for her because she came out with those picks, and that really took off, and
it fucking blew up. People ran with it. And, like, I will say, she never said they were demands. I believe the word she used was requests.
Requests, yes.
But still, to throw that out there at all is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was just, honestly, like, and I hate to see that too, just like as a woman in sports, like, we're always rooting for each other. We're always kind of hoping, it goes well. And it was interesting to see the differences in how people reacted to his thing with Shefty versus his thing with Diana.
And maybe it was bad information. We don't know that. But honestly, and I get you can't throw your sources under the bus, but I think that I would still at least be like, it was bad information instead of just I stand by whatever, right?
Right. And that's a lot of bad information. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a little bit. It was like, where's all this coming from? Like, it's very specific and a good amount of information and that you're sending out. So,
and it also blew up, and I know that everyone knows this, but I haven't seen a whole lot of people talking about it. It's just, it kind of snowballed because maybe it was good information and Aaron Rodgers is deciding to say it wasn't, because they did wind up signing Alan Lazard. So I think that that's what kind of validated it for everyone, was like, that was rumored to happen or did happen before Rodgers went on McAfee. So I think that people ran with it even more as like a demand list.
Yeah, and I feel like really we didn't see, at least I didn't, even with everything being said, with the request, demands coming out, everything, I was not expecting the McAfee situation for him to come out and be like, lose my number, this, that, the other thing. Like,
that I didn't expect. I knew he'd do something with McAfee.
Yeah, well, of course. But I just didn't see that coming. So for me, that was very shocking and kind of like, okay, wait, as you pointed out, how much of this is real? How much of this has been real? Like, it was almost like you were like living in like Inception or something. You're like, how much has been a dream and how much is actually happening?
I think the most shocking part for me was him saying that when he went to do his Darkness DMT challenge, he said that he was 90% sure he was going to retire. And then when he got out, he had sources telling him that he had been being shopped, which made him want to compete again, but not for the Packers.
Is that correct? I thought it was the other way around.
What do you mean?
I thought it was 10% retired, 90% keep playing.
I thought it was 90% retired. Am I wrong?
I know those numbers are right. I thought it was the other way around. You might be right. I don't know.
I think Kendra's right.
Yeah.
Because he came back out and he was like, there were all these rumors of people that were shopped. But I remember thinking to myself, you didn't know about that the four days ago? Like, you're trying to tell us that you didn't know people were shopping you around 4 days ago? Like, that just happened?
Well, he only lasted 2 days, to be fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He didn't do the whole thing?
He didn't. What?
Oh, Aaron. Well, congratulations to all our friends in
New York
Packers division for not having to deal with him anymore.
That too. Or our Jets listeners. Congrats to you guys. We'll also talk about the AFC South AFC East at some point now that whole division is kind of, yeah, Hailey. But that was my high, just that was entertaining itself. Lows, Tyler, you don't have one, which is shocking because you are.
It's shocking. I am Mr. Negative.
You are.
You are.
Because nothing has happened this week that's been bad, I guess.
Wow, I love that for us, Kendra.
Maybe I have just such a level of lowness that just things don't affect me anymore.
Wow, that's awesome, Tyler.
Yeah. Okay, Hailey.
I have a good low for you, Tyler. What about, or did we already talk about that on Tuesday, the traffic from the SEC tournament?
Well, that's cleared up though.
Oh,
because we're in the big.
I'm not going to try and find a low for you. I'm going to let you live on that. So my low,
it's probably for the best,
is we had another snowstorm in New Hampshire this past week. It's pretty much all melted now, but that leads me to my second point, which is that it's officially mud season.
I hate it.
So in New England, once the snow melts and we head into March, April, all the ground just becomes mud and it becomes mud season and it's really gross. And
having a dog sucks.
Having a dog sucks. I completely agree. I have hardwood floors, so I'm constantly trying to clean those. And yeah, it's just kind of an icky season, but I am looking forward to spring and summer because that makes it all worth it. So fuck mud season.
My low is Arden Key going
I just saw Titans. That. Sorry. Let's talk about it.
I don't even have anything to say. It just hurts because like I expect that. Okay, you want to know my real low? The cock tease of Darius Slay the other night, late night. If you were up for that on Twitter, everyone was tweeting about Darius Slay. I fucking love Darius Slay. I've played Xbox with him a couple times because of like mutual friends. He is fucking awesome. And his wife is hilarious. Another low, because I interacted with all of it so much, her tweets keep popping up for me. And she's like, fly, Eagles, fly, all this stuff. Where should we get dinner tonight? I'm like, I love you, but fuck you. Like, it sucks. I love her so much, but I'm just like, that was a terrible noise. I sounded like a pterodactyl. But that being said, it just sucks. Like Trevor Lawrence was retweeting him, fucking who else? Like all of these former Jags, like everybody. And people were tweeting like the eye emoji and shit. And I was like, all right, if Trevor's tweeting about it, like this is for real. Which is also kind of another low because it's like, all right, Balky will go for it. Sick. If that would have happened that cheap, unreal. But that just also scares me a little bit because like we have no money. And it's like, I get that cap is fake, but that was such a cock tease. It really was. It just, that hurt. And then for Arden Key to go to the fucking Titans, and we wanted him so bad. He's so funny, dude. And the thing is that we could have drafted him in the 2017 draft behind Taven Bryan, and he could have just been here all along. And it really kills me. But yeah. All right. That's all I got.
I would say if you could give a percentage, what percentage of you is mostly upset that he went to the Titans? Like, would some
all of it?
So if
anywhere
else, yeah,
anywhere else, and literally anywhere else.
Yeah, I love him. I think he's so funny too. He's up there with Jamal Williams for me, who also got a big move this week going to New Orleans, but. They're just like hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
Tyler, we've also been waiting 3 days to talk about your hero. It was on our Almost Saturday post. I don't know what this is, by the way.
So, well, you are doing yourself a disservice not following the Cincinnati Zoo on Twitter.
Wait, okay, I have a question. Is that where Harambe died? Ooh.
Is it?
Tyler!
I'm not in on the Harambe lore, but I am in on the Fritz the Hippo lore.
I am shocked that you are not.
How are you not the biggest Harambe stan?
So growing up,
in Harambe.
Monkeys have always kind of sketched me out a little bit.
I hate monkeys.
We took my dog to a vet one time when I was really young. I was probably like 7 years old, and there was a monkey there. So I guess there for a checkup. Smacked my dog across the face. So since that point, I've kind of written off monkeys.
I got peed on by a capuchin monkey.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I hate monkeys.
Is this a Southern thing? Like that people have monkeys like, as pets? Okay,
no, because Des Bryant bought a monkey in Texas and didn't know you couldn't own a monkey in Texas and had to get rid of it.
Oh no, because I was gonna say you definitely can't have them in New England. You have to have a permit.
You have to have a permit. I've looked into it because I also wanted to have an exotic animal.
This is incredible. I've never heard of anyone going to the vet and having like a monkey there.
No,
That's
slap your dog.
It was so weird. And that was the only time we went to that vet for years. It's the only time I ever saw like an exotic animal there. And it was this weird monkey dressed in like toddler clothes too. It was disgusting.
Why are we talking about monkeys?
But because you got me on this Harambe path. That's why. That's the lore.
Harambe's a gorilla.
He's still in the monkey family.
So are we.
Technically, sure, but I don't like him. So I didn't really keep up with the Harambe lore.
Okay, who is Fritz the Hippo?
Who is Fritz the Hippo?
Fritz the Hippo is a baby hippo. He's not that old, but he's just a baby hippo. That's the cutest hippo in the world.
Just a baby.
Yeah.
The little baby. Insert picture here.
Yes, insert picture. Sounds like someone's at my door. But
the origin of the Fritz lore is that it reminds you of.
It does remind me of my dog Dolly.
Yes.
They're both the exact same size. I imagine Fritz is probably a little bit bigger, but they're the same like proportions.
Oh yeah.
They're the same proportions as a bulldog, an English bulldog and a baby hippo. Exact same proportions.
Oh my god!
I'll insert pictures for reference.
In my bad week, Fritz has become my new best pal. Tyler sends me Fritz pictures all the time. And he is the cutest little hippo in the whole world, even though hippos are the most apex predator, in my opinion. Yeah,
they are. Yeah, he's tough. Hippo. He's tough. That's why I like him too.
And he sleeps in the water. He falls asleep.
Yeah, just so floating.
Mm-hmm. You would love it, Kendra.
You would. We're planning a trip to the Cincinnati Zoo, by the way, an SNS official trip.
We have to figure that out because Cincinnati is going to Jack's.
All right. Hear me out.
Excuse me. Sorry for everyone that had to hear that.
When we inevitably wind up in Cincinnati for an AFC championship game, we can go to the Cincinnati Zoo, but I'm wearing a Harambe hoodie.
That's fine. I guess. I don't know. They might frown upon that.
I'm not
I don't know
kidding.
how the zoo would feel about that.
Do you think they'd let me in?
Do you think they would? I know.
I don't know.
Maybe we could like wear it underneath.
I don't know.
I'm
going to be wearing a Fritz the Hippo shirt.
Oh my god! I wonder if they definitely have Fritz merch.
They definitely have Fritz merch. They definitely do.
Guys, this is
if not, I will make a shirt myself.
I'm going to interrupt this story just to wish you both a happy St. Patrick's Day. As we record on Friday.
Okay, wait. Hailey told me the craziest shit I didn't know about St. Patrick's Day today.
Yeah. So I went to Catholic school for a long time, and I was confirmed. So I thought this was public knowledge that everybody knew this, but apparently they don't. So Kendra and Tyler this morning, I told them like, happy St. Patrick's Day, like psyched that he got rid of all the snakes. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? So I told them the story, which is that St. Patrick allegedly, I
There are people fighting in my street right now. I don't know if you can hear this. Like
No
literally
way.
Screaming at each other. But
Oh my
anyways.
God. Yeah. Well, anyway, so he like the whole thing is like he drove all the snakes out of Ireland, and that's why there aren't any snakes on the island aisle. So that's fun and exciting, I guess.
What were the snakes doing? Why was he so against snakes?
So
was there just too many?
This is straight up not true. I know you both really were believing that it really did happen, which you weren't, but if you did believe that it did happen, it did.
I was thinking it was like the Great Emu War with snakes.
Yeah, so basically so the whole thing is that also this is like the 5th century, and he wasn't even from Ireland. He was born in England and then was a Catholic missionary over in Ireland.
Of course,
so he was in Ireland, and then he drove out all the snakes allegedly because they are devilish or whatever, and they were ruining the crop or something. I don't know, probably.
It is the Great Emu War. I
love the Great Emu War. But yeah, so that was that, and got a little Catholicism lesson to these two this afternoon. And now they're enlightened in the world of St. Patrick's Day.
I think I'm religious now.
Yeah.
Is that your hero?
St. Patrick? No, my hero is these ASL interpreters for these concerts. I don't know if anyone has seen this. It's all over my TikTok. I am absolutely here for this. I think this is so great. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, at the Super Bowl, there was this ASL, American Sign Language. There was an interpreter who was interpreting the Rihanna set, and she was just like nailing it and just like looking like she was having an awesome time. And so ever since that came out, there's been a bunch of videos that have come out from other concerts, like rap concerts of these ASL interpreters. And they are not only like hysterical because
they're really good.
They get so into it, but like it's just as good as the song, in my opinion. Like they're just as entertaining. One I wanted to shout out, I saw on TikTok the other day, was an ASL interpretation of WAP that was being performed. And all the comments were like, this is more dirty than the actual song. And it was so good. I love it. So shout out to all of those people. I learned basic ASL when I was working with children, and I had a really hard time with it. So anyone that's fluent in it, shout out to you, because that's a great skill to have. And it makes everybody feel included. If you can go to a concert and you're deaf, like that's so awesome. So just a little something that made my week.
Nailed it. My hero is nothing like you two, because Brooke Lopez and Trey Lyles fist fighting the other night was so fucking funny. That was such a pussy move by Trey. Good for Brooke. I ride for Brooke. I might buy a fucking jersey of his now just because he was standing up for Giannis and like was screaming that. And the fact that Trey like grabbed him by the throat was fucking nuts. Lopez was fined $25,000 and Lyles was suspended a game. It was just kind of nuts. Like I was sitting there watching that game. That was like a late game. And Twitter went nuts. Twitter went fucking crazy. And I made a meme out of it. So that was, whatever.
Also, like Sacramento, you haven't been good in a really long time. Why are you going to blow it now? Why are you going to be assholes about it? Like, you know what I mean? I just remember watching it and I was like, because I really am. I really like I would like to see Kings fans have a win. Like however you feel about the Kings franchise, like I understand that is kind of like an Oakland A's situation in the sense that like they haven't really done really well. Like they're not doing really well, but they're doing pretty good this season. Better than they have been in the last 5 years, I would say. So I don't know. I was rooting for them. Obviously, I was rooting for the Bucks over them because I hate to say that, but whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I was just kind of like, come on, Kings, like, not what we need to have in the media right now.
For me, I know I'm a Giannis apologist for obvious reasons. He's also just he's just a likable guy. I was just going to say, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, you have to like him. I don't think he was doing anything wrong. He was, just letting the clock wind down, and it got to a place it didn't need to be for any reason. Like, he wasn't taunting him. He wasn't shoving him. Nothing. I agree. I also would have loved to watch Brooke beat that ass.
Could have.
Because he would.
Could have, would have, should have, to be honest.
But yeah, that's all I've got to say. Hailey has an apology And then we're going to kind of get into the rest of the free agency stuff really quick.
Yeah, I would like to issue a formal apology to my Bruins family. I was supposed to go and watch the game at my friend's house the other night, and I ended up getting sick and I couldn't go. But they lost to the Chicago Blackhawks, which, as we've been talking about on the show, I feel like the Bruins are so sick. But every time we talk about them on the show, I'm talking about them like after a loss. Same with the Celtics. So really, I'm just taking it all very personally and thinking that it's my fault. So apologies. With that being said, I would like to throw in this fact, because I always say this, that Jonathan Toews is the hottest man in the NHL. He has been and will continue to be. So that's the only good thing about the Blackhawks, in my opinion. But that's fine.
Okay. And that was Hailey talking hockey.
And that was me talking hockey, the most insightful hockey take you'll ever hear. That's so sick.
All right, on to some NFL stuff. We'll stick with Hailey and talk about the Patriots first. Congratulations to both McCourty brothers officially being retired. That's kind of sick. Both deserving of whatever is next. Although I don't remember who broke news the other night about I don't know if it was the Gesicki signing or something else, but they were kind of chirping each other for like, oh, you're an insider, breaking news now. And that was kind of funny. But the Patriots made some moves, and I like one, don't like another. I am going to start with what I don't like, because I don't like the Patriots. The fact that they let Jacoby Myers go to Vegas for the same amount of money they're paying Juju doesn't make sense to me. The memes about the Vegas game were great, but I do think Jacoby Myers is better than Juju. And now you just have a TikToker. So what are your thoughts there?
So my biggest takeaway from the Juju thing was, actually, somebody put it best, and I don't know who it is. So shout out to if this was you on Twitter or Instagram. I don't know where I saw this, but someone said, wow, the Patriots really love spending a lot of money on mid wide receivers. And I was like, honestly, yeah, like I was excited to see we got Juju. And then I saw the contract and I was like, why are we spending $33 million for $11 million a year for 3 years? When I personally don't think that last season he performed to the level that deserved that money.
I just think Jacoby's better. Like you're giving them the same amount of money. That's the thing for me.
That's what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, like, and you didn't have to move the guy, give up anything for him, whatever. But I don't get it. I really don't get it. And I'm just not the biggest Juju fan.
Yeah.
Other moves. Oh, you got another comment?
I just had another. Well, we're sticking to the Patriots.
Yeah, we are.
Great. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I will say, I don't know what it is about Bill Belichick loving a good 2 tight end system scheme, all of it. Bill loves a good tight end, and he loves to run 2. And I think that with the Jonnu thing, he was hoping to do that, and it wasn't what he hoped it would be. But like, why are you just gonna back to back over? I mean, I don't think the Gesicki thing is an overpay. It's not. I'm not gonna say that it's an overpay, but it's like, why are you overpaying that position group when it's kind of been made clear that you're not going to make the Hernandez Gronk situation work again? And I get that Mac might need to rely on the tight end situation. I mean, their running game's going to be fine. But that being said, I know that you need a guy who can catch. I think Hunter Henry can catch, but I think he's obviously a better blocker. I think Gesicki's one of the best tight ends in the league. It's more so just, I don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah, I was disappointed to see them drop Jalen Mills too. Just, I don't know. I don't know if you guys saw this come out this morning, but Rob Ninkovich, a former Patriot, had an interview this morning, and he was kind of talking about how Lamar Jackson to the Patriots would get them back in Super Bowl contention and things like that. And I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I was like,
I kind of agree with that.
Take. Yeah,
I do agree with that.
That's an interesting take, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I think
as
the defense,
Patriots fan.
I think the defense is fine. Do I think that they're great? No. But Bill obviously is great with defenses, so I'm not really worried about that. Even though you lost a couple people have moved around, whatever. I do think that just because it's so impossible for me to doubt Bill Belichick, even though I think that they're going to be the worst team in the AFC East after the free agency moves that we're going to talk about and their lack of moves so far. I think that if they need another receiver. Juju is not a number 1, obviously. I think that's like the general consensus. But then again, they go and they sign James Robinson, which fine. Do love J-Rob. I think that he could fit. Now that I think that Damian Harris inevitably is going to be a Las Vegas Raider. I said that on Twitter. But you have Ramondre, James Robinson. I feel like that's decent enough. If you, I mean, it makes your game pretty run heavy. But I just don't understand why people are sleeping on Lamar in general. I'd love to have him on, God, probably 25 teams in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. And that was the thing. I guess when I read that take, I was like, interesting. But yeah, I mean, like you said, Bill's really smart with the defense. He's best, in my opinion, coaching when he's getting out there with them and working with them directly one-on-one. So the cutting of Jalen Mills does make me nervous because it seems like they're restructuring that back end of the defense. So hopefully that we can kind of get that figured out, because the Patriots have shown that if their defense isn't strong, we can't support the offense, obviously. But yeah, really tough stuff for the Pats this week. Rip Brian Hoyer. Poor Brian Hoyer.
GG's.
Tough.
No, I'm
GG's.
happy for him. He made so much money the last couple of years to like not do anything. It's insane.
Yeah.
Honestly, he might be my idol. Like the amount of money just for being a veteran quarterback that he's made for doing nothing the last couple of years is fucking my dream job is to be either an NFL kicker or a backup quarterback. Dream job.
Yep. So yeah, I'm looking at here on Twitter just to wrap up Patriots thoughts. Chris Board, Trey Flowers were brought in for visits. Like sick, you know, so we'll see.
I have breaking bracket updates. I could be very quickly in last. USC
Is Kennesaw State about to pull the upset?
USC is
pretty close right
losing to Michigan State
all the games
by 9 points.
Close.
And Kennesaw State is beating Xavier by 7 points at the half.
Yeah, but I feel like that would hurt like literally all of us. That wouldn't just hurt you.
It's true, but that would be nuts.
Well, I picked Kennesaw, so
I did not.
Oh, shout out you.
Period. But yeah, I the only other thing I kind of want to comment on is I do think without either signing a huge wide receiver or two and significant, I don't think the Patriots are gonna be any better with like unless they get rid of Mac Jones and and keep Bailey Zappi as a backup. I'm sorry.
The Patriots are in trouble. I'm gonna say it. The Patriots are in trouble.
The rest of the division, it's not even a Bill or a Mac thing. It's just how much better the rest of the division got this week. We talked about some of the other moves in the division outside of the Jets earlier this week with Jalen Ramsey and the Dolphins and everything else. The Bills are obviously just a powerhouse. They're a problem. They have been, whatever. Like that's always been the conversation. But it's the fact that the Dolphins and the Jets managed to turn their shit around so fast. If Aaron Rodgers' deal winds up getting done, that is just extremely concerning for the Patriots. It's not that they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. It's just how much better their division and the AFC in general is.
Yeah, and it's coming back to bite us in the ass, right? Because for the longest time, we were the best team in the division, and Miami and the Jets were just
laughable.
Whatever, like laughable. Even the Bills at sometimes. And then here we are in the last 4 years. Like you said, the Bills have become a complete powerhouse. I was already nervous about them coming into this season, just coming off their last season. As much shit as I give him, I really like Josh Allen. He's a really good quarterback. He's a likable guy, and he's obviously riding really hard for that team and that franchise. Miami, as we talked about last week, is looking sick. I have a buddy that has season tickets down there, and they're going off the chain right now because everyone is just so excited for this team and to see them play, including myself. And then, like you said, the Jets. So with Aaron Rodgers coming on, what's that going to look like? Having Zach Wilson out and having him in could completely change, the strength of their team. So I'm really nervous about it. I'm really hoping that we can kind of get some restructuring. I think it's going to be a totally transitional year. Obviously, I don't expect us to go first in the division. I don't think that that's realistic. I'm not going to say like we're going to come last because I don't want to manifest that. But I think if you're looking at it strictly from a paper perspective, it does not look good for the Patriots. And I'm really hoping that they can pull something off in the draft, which is hilarious to say out loud because they can never do anything in the draft. So
Yeah. I want to talk about a couple other quarterbacks, then we'll talk about some other positions. Just kind of want to get that out of the way. Andy Dalton to the Panthers might have been the most question mark thing that's happened, just because the Panthers did trade with Chicago for the number 1 pick. I expected them to take a quarterback. And what I said to you guys earlier this week was I expected CJ Stroud to go to that number 1 pick originally, but I don't really see how Andy Dalton could mentor him in any way. And then I think about Bryce Young and I'm like, they might sign Andy Dalton for more of a role to be able to work with him. And then it came out today that they might be rumored to take Bryce at that number 1 spot, which I think is so dumb. He's so little. It's the Panthers do not know how to scout quarterback talent to save their lives. And that also leads me to potentially think, because of both of those options and Andy Dalton still starting last season in a lot of games, are they going to take a quarterback? Is this smoke and mirrors? Like, what are your thoughts? Are they a lot of people think that they're still going to take a quarterback there. And a lot of people are saying that it's going to be Bryce Young, but I don't understand the move.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we can talk about it now. What do you think this means for CJ? Where do you think he's going to go?
I think that we're going to be super fucked over and he's going to go to the Colts and wind up in the AFC South.
Oh, interesting.
And that's what I am so terrified of. Like when that whole Andy Dalton thing happened, that's how
and the Matt Ryan thing.
Yes, which I have in our notes as well. Indy needs a quarterback now. And I'm so scared that CJ is going to wind up in the AFC South.
How do you think he would do with the Colts?
I mean, I think the Colts have a lot to address, but that's kind of what, when you are picking a quarterback, that's kind of, you obviously have some things to work on, but I think that he's going to be great and it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. What do you think, Ty?
Or the Texans, honestly. I could see the Colts trading up because
Tyler's our big mock draft guy. So
I think Texans personally.
I do,
But also,
in the
Colts,
in Houston.
I don't think he's done much in my eyes that I would be like that scared of him for. So
I would rather.
I would be scared to have him in my division. I think that's a fair
me wishful thinking that he's not going to go to the Texans just because I hate them so much that I want Indy to trade up. And I know he's going to wind up in the AFC South either way. I want Indy to trade up. They're not going to. But after the Matt Ryan news, I was like, please not the Texans. Just Indy trade up instead. But
yeah, I think either 1 and 2 is going to be both of those quarterbacks.
100%. 100%.
I don't think he goes anywhere other than. I don't think. I feel like you're probably going to deal with either Levis or Richardson at Indy at 4.
Yeah.
Unless they feel like jumping up, but I doubt that'll happen.
I don't think they'll jump up. I'm just wishful thinking. I think we're so fucked. This is going to be just an absolute battle of. And I don't think that this is necessarily. I'm not really worried about Levis. It's just CJ for me, but I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I know we're an anti-Ohio State podcast here, but I think CJ Stroud has the potential, and we talked about the lack of skill, I would say, in the quarterback class this year for the draft. I really like CJ. I think he's a the thing with CJ Stroud is it's going to be one of those things where we're going to have to see how he transitions to professional play, because we've seen in the past these quarterbacks that have taken a little bit longer to get adjusted to the difference between the college and NFL experience. Sticking to our Florida talk, Kendra, your buddy, you were very nervous that Baker Mayfield was making zero noise. What are your thoughts to the Buccaneers?
Transition there was wild, by the way. Just seamless transition into Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I love Baker. Do I think that he should be a starter? No. Do I think that he's better than some of these other guys who have gotten contracts in the last couple of days? Yeah. But I more so love this just watching Bucs fans go from Brady to Baker. Like the meltdown has been so funny, and the Jags fans being like, "We're the best team in Florida!" Like all over the TL all week has been fucking epic. It was more so just that
No, Jags.
Okay.
Jags.
Y'all were just gassing up Miami.
Yeah, but the Jags.
I mean, honestly, I think it would be a good game. But but I do think
It would be fun for sure.
That would be so fun. Oh my
just
God.
because of the question at quarterback, dude.
Yeah.
That's literally dude. I would
agree.
say the Dolphins would be better than the Jags if Tua never got hurt. I would say that
Also,
right now.
We do hype up Miami a lot, but we hype up Miami, especially in the sense of when we're talking about the AFC East specifically. I do think they're going to be a phenomenal team league-wide, but when we were just gassing them up that much, we were talking about them in comparison to the shitstorm that's going to be the New England Patriots this season. So, like,
that's fair. That's fair.
The AFC East also has the toughest schedule in the NFL this year, which is the other thing for me. So when I'm talking about teams in the AFC East, I'm comparing them to one another because obviously they play each other the most, but the strength of schedule that they're going to have to in the AFC South, strength of schedule is not great. It's like one of the easiest. So
yeah,
I don't know.
The Pats have the 4th most difficult schedule.
They do. Yeah.
So
any other quarterbacks we talked about? Matt Ryan? I don't think so. I will say my favorite, now that I'm looking at our notes, my favorite pickup for the Giants are just having hell of a free agency. The Darren Waller pickup is fucking awesome.
Who is using the black card in the Giants front office? I need to know, because I don't understand where all this money is coming from, and they're doing great things with it, which I hate to say.
Real.
Except for Daniel Jones, that contract is ass. That
contract is but shout out Daniel Jones's agent. Shout out.
Yes, again.
Good for you.
Another, yeah.
I'll get back to that, but yeah, I'm a Pats fan. I never want to give the Giants any credit wherever it's due, but I have to agree, this free agency season, they are wheeling and dealing. So I'm really interested to see what they come up with. It would also be very Giants of them to like suck though. Yeah. With all that being said,
I thought that Brian Daboll, I'll give him his fucking flowers. I was convinced that was the worst hire of all time.
Well, I really was. Brian Daboll truther?
No, not at all. I was anti Brian Daboll. But that being said, if you were around for the chaos before the show, I ordered Uber Eats because my body is eating itself. I can still hear you guys while I run literally 30 feet and grab my food. Tyler, I need the comments from Jamal Williams to the Saints and David Montgomery to the Lions. No pressure. Go.
Wow. Jamal Williams to the Saints. Good for him. He got some money. Don't really have any other thoughts. I hate that we lost him.
We love Jamal.
Hate that we lost him, but I didn't really feel like paying him, especially since we also paid David Montgomery. Which David Montgomery I don't really hate either. I think he could be a really good player. I wish we would have given him probably like $2 million less than we gave him, but whatever.
What do you think they're going to use the money that they're saving for?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a money manager. I have no idea where we're going to go.
My focus is could invest into one position.
Like I said, I'm not a free agency guy. I'm a draft guy. So like
big draft guy.
I don't even know really who's available, who's not. I hope that towards the end of the first, I think our pick is number 19, 18, something like that. I want that Georgia tight end.
Yeah,
I want the Georgia tight end.
You can't have him. You can't have him. If I get in Daddy Campbell's ear, if I can get in his ear, he's mine. He's not getting to you.
They didn't give me a fork, but I want to do a 1-bite review, so this is tragic.
Oh no, good one. We'll wait.
Yeah, I'll find something for us to talk about. I think that's kind of all of our stuff, though, right?
Yeah, for free agency NFL stuff.
Yeah,
we did. So.
We did ourselves right by doing a Monday show, man. It would have been a lot.
Yeah, we might have to start doing that more often.
I really liked that,
especially
because I think that we were able to get a bunch.
Especially when we get closer to football season.
And with March Madness, we've talked so much about basketball.
Friday is going to be good.
I think 2 shows a week might be coming, people.
Yeah, especially in football season.
Yeah. So basketball thoughts. I just have to say, sorry, Hailey. I love Jabari Smith. That game the other night was really fun. Bucks are in the playoffs.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. You're gonna be there too. It's fine.
I know, but here's the thing, and I really like the Bucks, and I don't want to sound like a kiss ass because they're your team, but I was just watching them. I was watching them play the other night. I was watching the Sacramento game. They're a really likable team. I like love Giannis. I just like every time I watch him, not only just play, but just as a person, every commercial he's in, I'm like, oh, I just want to be your friend, and I just want to like hang out. Like they're just such a likable team. So honestly, I'm not even mad about that. Congrats, very well deserved. Very good basketball coming out of Milwaukee in the last couple months. So well deserved, Chief. I'll see you in the playoffs.
I don't really have a whole lot else to say about the John Morant situation. I know that he's eligible to come back, I think, on Monday after his 8-game suspension. He was apparently going to like a rehabilitation. Is it a rehab center? Is that what is it a counseling center? I don't really counseling center. He met with Jalen Rose the other day and did an interview. As many jokes as we make and everyone makes and stuff like that, we are like aware that they are people and they are going through shit. But that picture of him at the strip club was epic as fuck.
Yeah, it kind of goes hard.
Yeah, I can't, like, I hate to say it, but that honestly is so epic. The money everywhere. But dude, it's just so good.
Kind of cold. Yeah. Obviously, like, Ja, I know you're not listening, but if you're out there somewhere, like, we're really hoping for you. Obviously, you're going through some stuff, and hopefully you figure that out. I can't even imagine at the end of the day what it's like for some of these guys to transition to such a public eye position, and things that they were able to do, being criticized so much, obviously, maybe rightfully so, but with that being said, I wish him the best, and he's a phenomenal basketball player. I have loved watching him play with Memphis this year. Like, that team is really exciting to me because
I love the Grizzlies.
With Tyler being down there, like, I just feel like Memphis is such a cool place to have an NBA team. Like, that's just such a great idea, and I really like the Grizzlies too. So I hope he can, turn it around and come back good for the league for actually doing something about it.
The NBA is really good about that.
Yeah, so I appreciate that they've been consistent with it. I think it would be easier to say, maybe that they give some people certain gives and takes, but I feel like this season they've been pretty consistent with their suspensions and people accountable. So obviously hope he gets better and gets the rehabilitation or the counseling that he needs. And then he can come back and play some excellent basketball, and hopefully they can make the playoffs this season.
All right. Kind of moving into our closing stuff. Start with our tea party. Hailey just talked for 5 minutes, so I'll give you my tea party first. My tea party is about a boy I used to see a while ago. So I was like, it was kind of one of those situations where it was like a friendship crush thing. We'd been friends for a while, and this was a while ago, but this guy that I was like talking to for a minute, we've been friends for like years, came up with like a bunch of buddies to party for a weekend, was going through like a situationship with this girl, and like, to my understanding, they were basically over, but like wanted to like see each other in person to talk about it or whatever. And this kid and I were talking, obviously, like, whatever, we didn't like sleep together or anything, but like, whatever, things happened. And he goes back to school because he like, it was like college, whatever. He goes back to school and is still talking to me when he goes back to school, and he stays with his girlfriend and now works for the basketball team where he went to school, and like hosts a podcast with the basketball team that he went to school with. And his team got upset yesterday in March Madness, like absolutely upset. You can do whatever research you want. I thought it was so funny. Karma is alive and well. I just like the fact that they were hyping this up all season and whatever. I feel super bad for like the players on the team, but like, it just, I'm not gonna lie to you, it made me laugh because he not only screwed over one girl but two. Karma's alive and well. I'm just gonna say I had a good laugh. I did. And Hailey knows him. Hailey and I have been
a good laugh. I also had a good laugh. It's well deserved. So
I don't think that people know that we've been friends since like college, like for years.
I got a Snapchat memory recently, and it was like from 4 years ago, and I was like, we don't have time to unpack all of that.
I was
yes,
like
believe it
still
or not,
coming
we
to
are
class
friends in
drunk
real
at
life.
9 a.m.
We are friends in real life.
So that's my tea party. Just like karma's alive and well. So
I love that. My
I
tea
don't think
party
there's any better karma actually than like a boys' sports team like
getting
ripping their
decimated.
heart out. It's so good because like girls, it sucks. We can move on, but like sometimes like that is like men's entire identity, and it just hits diffy.
And it's even better when, especially with us, because we follow sports and we know what we're talking about. So they know that we
And I know what they're feeling, which is so good.
And they know that we know that they
I'm
know.
getting a fork. Give me your tea party.
All right. I know our audience doesn't really care about this, so I'm just going to be really quick about it. But if you want a good laugh, highly encourage you to go over to Kylie Jenner's Instagram page. She is continuing to lose followers in mass amounts. However, there is a huge conspiracy because her, as well as Hailey Beiber, if you go to their follower list, it is swamped with bots. So they have been just buying back their followers, trying to get back to the number that they were at before. People are ride or die Team Selena. I'm not going to explain the whole thing. If you really want to look into it,
I have tea.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Go ahead.
I have joined Team Selena by commenting on Hailey Bieber's shit because she didn't put the people like there's any product like tree nut products in her fucking skincare shit.
No way.
And there is. And people with nut allergies cannot use her fucking lip shit. Yeah. So I commented and I was like, because she did some like road skincare release. Did you see the Jeffree Star thing?
I sent it to you.
Okay, that was wild.
So good. So good.
What's Jeffree doing?
So Jeffree got a PR package of Hailey Bieber's skincare routine, which has been not routine, but she came out with a skincare line, and it's just been absolutely decimated in the media with all this drama coming out. But also, as Kendra pointed out, that's a very fair criticism and very dangerous, should absolutely be addressed. But also, people have brought up that she doesn't really know what she's doing in skincare. Like, she's using daddy's money to buy her like all these things, and this whole like she really is just entering a space that she knows nothing about just because her name is Hailey Bieber and she can. So people have been like, Jeffree took a video of him throwing it in the trash, like saying
didn't even try it.
Didn't even try it. Like, people are like, you come out with this new, and skincare is so extensive, right? Like, there are so many different products you can use, and hers is just so bland and boring, and just, it was totally a cash grab, and it did not work in her favor because the reviews are not good, the sales are not looking good, and the media does not look good for her at all. So her and Kylie Jenner are both getting absolutely decimated on social media. People are not letting this go. I think they both thought that it was going to be like a week and then people would get over it, but you do not mess with Team Selena fans. I don't know how many times we have to have this conversation, but people still don't understand that. So she is just, their Instagram, if you want a really good laugh, go look at Kylie Jenner's Instagram comments. They are absolutely hysterical. People are just kind of over it. And I kind of love that people are not here for the mean girl energy, because I'm kind of over it too. You watch video. I saw a video the other day comparing how Hailey Bieber and Kylie and Kendall look and observe other women in comparison to Selena Gomez. And it was really eye-opening because you can just see in their faces like judgment and jealousy, whereas you can, on the other side of things, really empower women and cheer them on like Selena does. So I'm honestly Team Selena. I'm all about empowering people and not bullying and not being rude. So if that's what people are saying they're doing, fuck them. I'm not here for it.
I also just want to shout out the place that I got Uber from, because I said I was going to do a one bite review. This is really, really good Indian food. But I will say, I never know when ordering out, because you can't really ask if it's white people spicy or not white people spicy. This is not white people spicy. This is spicy. So be careful if you order it. I would say if you don't like spice, get mild. Even if you do like spice, get medium. But it's called Vanga, and their slogan is Crazy Indian Joint. It's really good. Fire if you live in the Boston area. Super good.
That's great.
Definitely going to order from them again.
So should I try them to warm up for my potential hot chip challenge, or should I go
Hailey,
in blind?
the mild would murder you.
I'm literally so scared.
Like, I'm not kidding. Hailey hates spicy food.
I'm so scared.
Which is so tragic that we're friends, because I love it.
I really want to like it. Like,
hot chip challenge.
I love Flamin' Hot Cheetos. and cheddar jalapeno Cheetos, which I introduced Tyler to.
Oh, they're so good.
So, like,
those aren't spicy though, Hailey.
I am the definition of white person spicy. I'm realizing as I'm explaining this, that is me. Mild tostito salsa, mild chipotle salsa. Like, I'm gonna be so fucked if I have to do this chip thing. But with that being said, I blew Survivor this week, guys. I did not get my picks in. So,
did you watch the episode?
Nope, I didn't watch the episode, and I didn't get my picks in.
Well, I'm gonna ruin it for you.
I have news for you before you ruin it.
Okay,
I'm taking another bite.
You're not in last place.
Oh, great, awesome.
Because I am.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Not by much.
Tyler's going on
You've got 100
TV.
points. I've got 97 points.
Okay. So I have to play. I cannot miss any more.
Yeah, if you miss another one, you got lucky with me picking what was his name, David. Week 1. That ruined me.
Y'all
aren't catching me though.
No, you're fucking.
You've got like 150 or
I don't
something.
even like playing with you because you're so good at it.
Yeah, what's catching up to you?
When Tyler and I played last year, it was just like me and him fighting for like barely winning anything.
Tyler won the first time we played.
Yeah,
I beat Tyler last year, my first time watching Survivor ever.
Yeah, Tyler played with like a bunch of my friends from college and beat our ass.
And then we left, and I think I killed that group.
I am Team Carolyn.
Silent.
I fucking love Carolyn.
Carolyn, all right. Those are our.
I hate Carolyn.
Who are our pullaways from this?
No.
Fuck
you, Tyler. How do you hate Carolyn?
She's so annoying. She's the Gabler of this season.
I
hated Gabler last season too.
Gabler.
He kind of grew on me, and I'm assuming they're gonna edit her, so Caroline's gonna grow on me too.
You could
right now, and it was what was her name?
Hailey. Carolyn's
was it Marilyn the season
crazy
before or something like that?
Yes, the one that won.
She was rough. It's the same character every season. There's one of them every season.
She's the one who's like the crazy drug counselor lady.
Oh,
yeah,
really? We didn't like her the first episode.
I love Carolyn.
She's just so much, and I'm not here for it. She's way too much for me.
I'm usually not a fan of firefighters, but I really like Danny.
I like Danny too.
I like Danny a lot.
Guy. I'm a Jam guy. That might be it. Those might be the only two I like.
Jam's
Carson looks like he could be Tom Holland, and he's also like an astrophysicist, or he's studying to be an astrophysicist.
No way.
I like him too.
He's crazy.
I like him.
Kid's backstory is crazy, and he's in very good shape for a nerd. So,
good representative of the nerd
he's
community.
The representative of the nerds.
I love that.
All right. Any other thoughts
on Survivor?
Nope.
I'm gonna do my picks this week. That's what I got.
Tyler, the sad cat parlay is hitting. What do we need left?
The sad cat parlay is back this week. I tweeted it out earlier in the week. It is Friday. The 2 games that are left are going on. I think the first one's at 2. I think the Pitt Iowa State game's at like 2 something. And then Kentucky Providence is tonight. Those are the 2 games we have. We've got Kentucky and we've got Pitt. Auburn and Penn State won last night. So we're good halfway through.
War damn.
Worried about this Kentucky game.
So we should be worried because Michigan State is definitely going to beat USC and Kennesaw State's definitely going to beat Xavier.
Yeah, it's not looking great for those guys.
It's not looking good for me.
But I'm also on Vermont plus 10.5 against Marquette today. Just to stick it to you guys.
All right.
Loses
Let's go
today.
Cougs.
When this
what are they?
Catamounts?
Catamounts. They look like cougars, but they're
I can't believe you are such a fake fan.
We love a good cougar.
Yeah, so everybody, when this comes out on Saturday, if Marquette loses today, Kenra is screwed. But if they win, you stay in it, buddy.
All right, Hailey, you have a closing thought.
I do have a closing thought. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all who celebrate. For those of you who live in the Boston area, I will be at the parade on Sunday. Kendra, will you be there?
Don't even. Hailey?
Kendra will also be at the parade with me. So we'll be there together.
Hailey almost
so much
ditched
fun,
me.
And it's going to be such a great day. And I can't wait to hang out with you. It's going to be
the last time you're going to see me for 20 days.
I know. We can't even talk about that, but whatever. But anyway, so super excited for that. Southie. Like, subscribe. Anything else? Comment. Share.
Rate
Keep on sipping.
Rate on the listening app. Whatever the listening app.
War
is.
Eagle. Wait, I gotta.
Sad cats. What else do we say?
I don't have anything to wait.
What's another buzzword?
Yeah, what's
Keep
another
on
buzzword?
sipping, y'all. Okay, bye.
Keep on
I'm out of
sipping.
here.
Okay, bye. Peace.